Okay, good Sunday morning to everyone. I'm just going to do a quick response regarding the election and some of the people that have exposed themselves to be frauds. Um, the people that are having mental uh, uh, issues trying to understand why they were being brainwashed with the world's coming to an end, and by the same people that says come to an end are like, oh, well, it's okay now. So we have those people, and it is not really funny that they've been brainwashed. And I not only blame the mainstream media, but also I blame uh, the people, family members, parents mostly, who are conveying the wrong message to their children. And now you see some of the consequences of that. You see kids, where you see people freaking out, cutting their hair off, losing their jobs from ignorance, from pure ignorance, being brainwashed by their so-called friends, social media, parents, giving them the wrong message. And you understand, obviously, they had the wrong message, else they wouldn't be acting the way they're acting, which is truly, that's a tragedy right there. That shows how divided they have those people that are acting out in such a way. They're divided. They're consumed with chaos because that's all they've known, and now that's how they're expressing themselves. Uh, so we're going to start with the frauds. Shannon Sharp, one of the major frauds. And understand, these frauds can only redeem themselves over a year or more of consistently showing that they truly understand what the majority of the people are thinking. It's not what the Hollywood elites are in their little bubbles are thinking, these rich bubbles. It's amazing. Yeah, people that are so rich from us. We made them rich. We're the ones that made them rich. For them to look down on us and for them to tell us to vote for something that's detrimental, that's going to keep us poor and keep them richer. But yet tell us that we are stupid and that we need to listen to them. I mean, it's unbelievable. In my 56 years on this earth, I just never thought I would experience anything like this. But I've also known that anything's possible. You learn something new every day, every single day. But Shannon Sharp is one of them guys who had one of them black people who I once had respect for because the man appeared to have knowledge. He wanted to be a voice for the community. And he failed us as a community because when he had his opportunity on this platform that we built for him, we are the ones who are subscribing and trusting that the person that we're subscribing to and that we're favoring will represent us. And Shannon Sharp has failed to do that. When he had Kamala Harris on there, he failed to ask her questions to so that we can all be informed on who she really is. So because he didn't do that, obviously he didn't do that. That's unfortunate. However, because we're in the age where we are now doing our own research, and that's why everybody's waking up, because they are actually seeking their own news and research instead of waiting to be told what the news is. But Shannon Sharp fell miserably in that. So this is another person who has gained his wealth because everybody has talent. Okay, everybody just don't have the support. Okay, so we're not taking anything away from his his skills, but at the end, like I said, everybody have skills. Everybody just don't have the support. Uh, but he's taken that support that we have, and he's taken that and let it dilute his brain to the point where he's forgotten where he's come from. He's forgotten. That's for sure. He can sit up there and claim that he hasn't, but he has, because what he did by inviting that woman onto his show, or letting that woman interviewing that woman and not really getting anything out, the facts out, was just a tragedy. So I don't follow him anymore. And if you're following somebody like that, that's a liar, because you're a liar to believe a liar. Even if he got paid and sold out, he's still a liar. So he is demonetized as far as I'm concerned. Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, another person whose past is just clouded with scandal. But people don't want to see that because they've been brainwashed to worship these people for some reason, and not really see the people for they are, but just see just the surface. And unfortunately for you people out there, Michelle has a very, very, very shady history. Stephen A. Smith, another one of those guys who think he's slick because he likes to talk out of two, four, five places from his mouth. That's what Stephen A. Smith likes to do. And again, this is another person who there's nothing, not saying anything about his accolades and the work that he's put in, but because yes, that is deserving what he put in. This the thing is when you have a platform and you try to be a voice for the community, and then you are giving the wrong message. You're as bad as Kamala because you're pandering. So you're trying to pander to the Republican conservative people who are like, well, they seen what it is, but then you're pandering to the Democratic Kamala side, saying that you voted for her though. So you know better than them, or her, Stephen A. Smith, regardless of your wealth and your accolades. You are not sending the right message. Barack Obama, another fraud. And it's self-explanatory because most men, black, white, anything, is offended by somebody who comes out and wants you to vote, even though you know his freaking administration was trash, didn't do anything for it, and then come out and demand that you vote for him or for somebody that, if you're thinking for yourself, no, is not the right person. So no, I'm not thinking a woman is not leading me. Okay, you people wanted to vote for Kamala, the same person who had $1 billion in her campaign, and ended up $20 million in debt. But that's a person that's going to save the economy, the same economy that she's been a vice president for. The same economy that the Democrats have destroyed every time they've been in the administration. And don't get me wrong, Republicans as well. But see, what you people fail to realize is that Donald Trump is a businessman, and he never was a Republican. Donald Trump is a person who's seeing everything for what it really is. You people are complaining about the government. People complain. This man is actually going to stand up to the government. You black women who think that these black men are crap, you're going to get left behind, because these black men who voted for Trump voted for you. Because you're too ignorant to see everything clearly, because you're all in your emotions and your feelings. And for some reason, wanting to take over the world for some reason. And y'all getting led by a bunch of old, bitter feminists, old ass people that's about to die. Not even thinking about your kids and anything. Just thinking about yourself. It's pathetic. Especially for a lot of older people in my family, anybody's family. You know, who are giving their kids and giving the young people, or being kids their damn self, and they're supposed to be the elders, the wise ones. But you know what, this time? You know who won this election? A bunch of the young kids that are, you have young people having to educate the older people. That's backwards by itself. But you have a lot of old people that's been part of this thing forever. They can't see anything else because they're stuck in their ways. Okay, that's not growth. That's why we're not going anywhere. I encourage you people to look at what uh, President Trump is going to be implementing and is telling, because he's going after the very people that you guys are complaining about. And your life will get better, but you better jump on board, or you're going to get left behind. A lot of you people who are cutting your hair and all that, do not do that, because, especially online, because this world is not your little bubble. It's bigger than you. So when you're getting fired from your jobs and everything, you're wondering why. It's because you've been brainwashed. Number one, which is sad. And you have people, you have liars around you. You have people lying around you. That makes you a liar. You're not seeing the truth. You know, Trump isn't the one that we. No, this is an America movement. This is the people who are raising up to the lawlessness, the wokeness, just all this nonsense that's going on. Because you have a minority of people trying to force the majority of the people to go along by canceling. And so, obviously, when you have an evil entity like that, and all of history, evil never wins. It's always conquered. You people that are cutting your hair acting all crazy, do you see yourself? Do you see your reflections? You're looking like demons, maniacs. It is not your fault. It's because you have been brainwashed. People have been telling you that the world's going to come to an end. They're going to come after you. But here we are, days later, and nothing has happened to you. The stars that came up in your face, Beyonce, J-Lo, all of them, lying right to your face, and you still worship them? All right, they're demonetized. Beyonce demonetized. J-Lo demonetized. All of these. Stephen A. is not followed. Michelle. And it's going to take at least a year or more, which is appropriate for them to regain our trust and our faith that they are on the right message. And without this wokeness, having men and women's sports, men and girls bathrooms, going around here being hoes and Joes or whatever, having kids and not wanting the kids and then wanting to kill them. You have Margot Robbie, who's getting bashed by these demons just because she had a baby boy. You have one comment that said, well, it's over for us. I would abort. That her baby boy does not deserve to be born and raised by somebody who was Barbie, who played Barbie in the movie. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Charlemagne the God, this is another one. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him or Stephen A. fool you, because they talk out of both sides. Charlemagne is acting like, oh, well, I didn't know. Yes, you were adamant. You were adamant. You've been told this for years. And even though you try to act like you still voted for Kamala. According to you. You voted for Kamala. Stephen A. voted for Kamala. Shannon Sharp probably voted. Even if you didn't, even if you did on down low, you still voted because you was trying to move the needle for her. That could have got her elected and destroyed us all. The 4B movement is great. See, again, basically you're saying that you're going to behave and not act stupid, which is awesome. You're not going to be going to having babies for men and then trying to get abortions. Great. And some of you don't even have no men anyway. Now, this right here was trying to be a feminist takeover. That's what this was. Trying to be a feminist takeover where you're trying to put a woman that's not qualified just because she's a woman to run the damn country. Not knowing about the shit we got going on with Canada, the China, the Israel, none of that stuff matters. But we're going to talk about some damn women who out there smashing and stuff and then decide they don't want the baby. So if y'all going to just not do that, that's fine. I guarantee you that is going to make America great. I guarantee you. Because y'all showing who y'all exposing yourselves and telling us exactly who you are, who the problems are. That's for the people with common sense. Now, in your little bubble, in your lying world, you won't be able to see it because you think that we're the problem. But you know, karma is a bitch, and it's gonna come and it's gonna bite people in the ass. It's already biting people in the ass. The mental health is not a joke. I mean, these people are literally brainwashed into oblivion. Some of them can't even be recovered, it seems like, without major therapy. And I'm not going to clown these people because I understand that these people have been brainwashed because this is something that happened back in the 30s. This is, if you people need to do your research, you hear know about the MK Ultra program about brainwashing. I've been talking about brainwashing for years. I have videos about brainwashing. I've been telling people about the propaganda, but nobody wants to listen because everybody thinks that, or people, they either don't care, or they so brainwashed, or they think that you're not important enough to listen to. The message need to stay on the message, and that's why I'm staying on the message. It's not about them. It's not one or two people. This right here is not only an American, but a global movement against the establishment. That's what this is. This is a global movement against the deep state, against the figures in the shadows that are pulling the strings for the puppets like Biden, Kamala, Bush, Clinton, Obama. All these, they are puppets. And there's something deeper and more dangerous and darker behind that goes back decades, even century. And that's what's controlling our government. And you got these little puppet heads, and what they do is they use television, news, especially the main media, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, they are all going down. Because they done lied to you people all this time. Then got people cutting their hair off, people getting arrested, people losing their job because they don't know how to act. That's what they have done to you. And they lied to you. Look at all the people that was waiting that night when Kamala lost. The woman did not even come out and greet the people that's waiting out in the cold night. There's people out there waiting, these people that they have brainwashed and convinced, to be in their bubble. Look how they do you. And yet you still support that. And yet the next day you will go and start cutting your hair off, nothing crazy. Again, like I said, what about all the stars that came out of your face crying? They're trying to get to your feelings with the videos at the rallies, showing the girl who didn't die, almost died. We're talking about a couple of instances. And y'all want to make this like a big global thing, like, oh, this is the most important thing ever. This is part one.